For our last countdown and kickoff preview, we take a 10-minute drive down the road to check out the reigning 5A state champs in the Bowling Green Purples. The Bowling Green Purples are coming off a season the whole city will remember with back-to-back state championships. With 2 titles in a row, yes, talk of a three-peat is already in the air, but let's be real, we've seen this too many times with teams that can't shake the championship hangover. Teams that get caught up living in the past instead of focusing on today. Coach Spader says he doesn't see that happening with this group. This year, it's all about forging their own identity, and it's about writing their own story. They've got talent and the coach who's laser focused on keeping them hungry, humble, and playing their own brand of football.
So our guys that are still involved in the program, they know what it takes, and you know, they're slowly coming along. It takes a while for guys to step to the forefront and realize that those players are gone now, and it's up to them to drive us through practice and drive us through these games and lead us through the season and leave their legacy behind. So that's really the only time we talk about the previous year. Every year is fresh. We got a bunch of new faces this year.
On the offensive side of the ball, with the departure of my man Deuce Bailey, the quarterback position was wide open. For everyone was hoping that a young stud would take the reins, and then Jackson Strout stepped onto the scene. Everyone's high on his arm talent and his playmaking ability, but what really stands out to Coach Spader is Jackson's mindset that stands out, and it's the way that he's able to adapt to new situations while still being such a young man. And for Jackson, walking into a team with a winning culture has to be nothing short of a blessing.
I've really been impressed with how Jackson's been able to step into our school and our field house after Christmas break. And after a few weeks, you'd have thought he was a Purple his whole life. He's really intelligent. He's a tough kid, and he's worked hard to earn the job. And we've got the utmost trust in him. And we're gonna hop on his back and see how the season goes.
Just the culture around here is definitely different. I just love the environment, the experience, the multiple state championships. You can really tell that these guys have been through the fire, through the gauntlet. So all the experience just kind of makes everything flow really nicely. And when adversity hits, we kind of know how to operate.
Staying on the offensive side of the ball, just like every defensive coordinator who faces the Purples, we'd be fools to not talk about Travie Barber. The star wideout is coming off a monster season with 1,300 yards, 22 touchdowns. That's right, folks. He was averaging around 88 yards per game last year. And for Travie, he's not slowing down anytime soon. In fact, he believes this year's offense is going to be more lethal than ever. Opponents, consider yourself warned.
Our offense naturally, there's a lot of progression reads and such. We want to make sure we get the ball to Travie Barber a bunch. He's an explosive player and really makes us go. But we have a number of other skill guys, and I think that makes us tough to defend.
Our O-line's always a big part to our team. We start with our O-line, and then the offense evolves around that. I feel like we have the best receiving core in the state. I mean, I feel like our offense runs off our receiving core.
Last but not least, you can't win a championship without defense, and last year the Purples created 30 turnovers, and Montez Trussell was the guy making a lot of those big plays. And this year, Montez believes the Bowling Green's defense is going to be known for a few key things: aggression, discipline, and making opponents pay for every mistake. And for Coach Spader, he knows that if you practice what you preach, the reward on Friday night comes easy.
Our defense and our defensive coaches, we do turnover circuits, and sometimes those pay off and we have a bunch of turnovers. Sometimes it takes a while until those happen, but yes, we're trying to punch the ball out, we're trying to pull the ball out. It can change a game, especially a big game, when there's a big turnover at the wrong time of the game for that opponent.
The aggression we had, flying to the ball and just reading our guards and just going flying everywhere around the field. Anybody who gets the ball, we're all going to swarm after each snap and each play.
Taking a look at the Purple's upcoming schedule, they kick off the season August 23rd in the Rafferty Bowl, taking on a strong Owensboro Catholic squad. Opening night is always electric, and this one promised to be no different. Things don't get any easier on August 29th as St. X comes into town. This matchup is a battle that you won't want to miss. And then district play begins September the 19th when the Purples take on the newcomer Barron County as they hit the road, and then they hit the road on September the 26th to take on Christian Academy Louisville, which again is going to be a great one as they're the defending 3A state champs. And to close out their season on October 31st, the Purples hit the road once more to take on Franklin County.